when the audio's on point. All right. Got some mics now, man. We in the game. We moving on up. All right, hey, Shalom, GMS Charlotte. Back at you with another midweek camp. Kudos the Spirit, the Copy Dots before we get started. Praise, honor, and glory.
Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem, Copy Dots.
Double honors to the apostles and elders, great millstone who taught us the truth. Shalom to the hopeful elect. All right. So we're back out here to bring it out. Okay. And I want to touch on the topic, man. You know, that whole rapture thing that people was caught up in on social media is a prime example of how Christianity is going to get so many of our people destroyed, man. Yep. You know, because people really bought into that shit. All right? It's simple as hell. Right? The scripture say that man knoweth not the time, hour, paraphrasing. Matter of fact, hold that on that. Matthew 24. Right? Matthew 24:36. Okay? Because, hey, our people are simple. Proverbs, give me Proverbs 14:15. Let's do it right there. Right? Jake is fucking stupid, man. Yeah, you got it.
This is Hosea chapter 4, verse 6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee. That thou shalt be no priest to me, seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy power, I will also forget thy children. This is my call on Jake will literally believe anything, man. All right? And it's been in this whole rapture, doctrine. Now you have these idiots bug out from South Africa telling you, the Lord's gonna come back September 23rd, 2025. Which I didn't realize they did this in 2017, same day.
Same thing, yeah.
And these idiots fell for it again. So like the scriptures we're about to get, they don't understand if they read the Bible that Yahweh Shai himself doesn't even know when he's coming back. He wasn't given the days, the angels, and nobody. So how's a man gonna sit up there and tell you? But like you said, our people, they're stupid. They will literally believe anything when it comes to the scriptures, except for what the men of the Lord tell them.
Yeah, exactly. You got that out.
So Proverbs 14 and verse 15. The simple believeth every word, but the prudent man looketh well to his goal.
Yeah, the majority of our people are simple, man. The simple belief of every word, man. Because like the scriptures say, our people follow commandments of men. Matter of fact, can I get that real quick? That's a good point too. And get that in Matthew, right? Matthew 15. Let's read 7 through 9 and jump down to 13 and 14.
Matthew chapter 15, verse 7. Ye hypocrites, well did Isaiah prophesy unto you, saying, this people draw nigh unto me with their mouth, and honor me with their lips, but their heart is far from me.
Yeah, and the hearts, the mindset of our people is far from me. Yet they claim to be believers in the Bible, believers in who the world ignorantly calls Christ, right? But their mind is far from the Lord. They're stuck in the traditions of men, the trends of the world. Our people rather follow the traditions of men, the worldly trends rather than the truth, man. And like I said, that rapture shit was a prime example of how stupefied our people are when it comes to Christianity, man. You know?
You really have people quitting their job, selling all their possessions, their house, their car, everything, with the expectation that the Lord is going to rapture them out. But then, if you just do even a little tiny bit of research, you just type in the word rapture, anywhere in the Bible, you're not going to find that word. That right there lets you know that.
Yeah, I saw another trend, or in the news article, there's supposedly another trend. The Christians saying that God delayed the rapture because they didn't release the Epstein files. So that just shows you, hey, our people are going, man. The scripture said that our people are revolted and going, man. Right? Keep reading it again.
And it's also another doctrine going around how the Lord's going to bring another flood, I think, in November. Come on, man. So people are losing out here.
If it's hot on the internet and it's getting a lot of clicks and views, hey, niggas are going to buy into that. That's the simplicity of shit, man.
And what it is, bro, it's really that TikTok, bro.
Yeah.
People get on TikTok and they become prophets. They become the influence for people to follow after them. All you gotta do is play that little scary music, niggas on the goddamn thing, doing that or this or whatever. People believe it.
Got them Bible influences and shit, man. But this is the age of deception, man. The scripture said in 7 Ezra 14 that leasing is hard at hand. Right. Leasing goes back to lying, a false support. So when you get on the internet, man, and if you're not locked in the spirit, you can get swept away on the internet. TikTok, Instagram, whatever, even YouTube, man. You see all these on YouTube. Hey, you got all these women preaching. You see all these prophetess all over YouTube. Christian Baptists, Black Baptists, all right, the female watchmen, all types of, man. No, there's real talk. That's the type of content that's out there, man.
Yeah, I see it.
You know?
It's a page called the Doctor of Zion. They talking about we're gonna be delivering the ship.
Come on, man.
What do y'all know? And continuing on, verse 8. This people draw nigh unto me with their mouth, and honor me with their lips.
Yeah, because hey, when it comes to Jake, we're talking about the so-called Negro, Latino, Native American, Hispanic. When it comes to, saying they believe in the Lord, hey, the Lord, Jake guys, he has a mouth. They have a way with words, man. Mean lip service. But when it actually comes to serving the Lord and doing what's written, hey, there's nowhere to be found with our people, man. Go ahead.
But in vain, that's like the offensive last part. It says, but the heart is far from me.
Yep.
But in vain they do worship me, teaching for doctrines the commandments of men.
Yes, he teaches for doctrines and the commandments of men. That's Jake all day. Whatever the latest trend is, the worldly trend, all right, whatever the latest doctrine of men, Jake is with that, man. But here it is, the prophets of the Lord been on the scene, but you blatantly ignore us. That's why, hey, it makes sense, okay, why the Lord is getting ready to judge so many of our people, man. Because our people refuse to listen. Back when you read Ezekiel, the 2nd chapter as well. We keep reading, jump down to 13 and 14.
Matthew 15 and 13. It says, but he answered and said, every plant which my heavenly Father hath not planted shall be rooted up.
Yep.
Let them alone. They be blind leaders of the blind.
Yeah, leave them alone. They're blind leaders of the blind, man. Our people are simple, man. Let them have it, man. Like it tells you in Revelation 22. Hey, if you want to be, hey, let them remain filthy still. Right? Roughly paraphrasing, right? If you want to remain filthy, if you want to remain an unbeliever, a scoffer, a Christian, or you want to subscribe to whatever ideology that's out there, hey, let them have it, man. We too far in the game. All of this knowledge that's going out, all of this truth, all right? The videos, the understanding, the Holy Spirit, all right? So hey, if you want to continue to remain in your bliss, so to speak, hey, let them have it. You're gonna be destroyed because this thing is only for the elect anyway, man. Only the elect have the eyesight to see what's going on, man. All right? Go ahead.
And if the blind lead the blind, both shall fall into the
Yeah,
ditch.
you're gonna fall into the ditch, man. So let these people perish. Let them have it, man. All right? Give me Ezekiel real quick. Ezekiel chapter 2. Let's just read like 1 through 5.
So Ezekiel chapter 2 and verse 1. And he said unto me, son of man, stand upon thy feet, and I will speak unto thee.
Right.
And the Spirit entered into me when he spake unto me, and set me upon my feet, that I heard him that spake unto me. And he said unto me, son of man, I send thee to the children of Israel, to a rebellious nation that hath rebelled against me. They and their fathers have transgressed against me, even unto this very day.
Even unto this very day. All right? This is that same generation back in the flesh, man. Still rebellious, still not listening. All right? Still leaning on their own understanding. Still following after the tradition of men. Right? Keep going up.
But they are impudent children and stiff-hearted.
See that? Impotent. What's that word impotent mean? Right? Impotent children and stiff-hearted, meaning you're hard-headed, man. All right? 2/3 of our people are but a bunch of hard-headed niggas, man. You know?
I got the definition. This is the definition of impudent. It says, offensively bold or disrespectful.
Oh, man, come on, man. You see that all over the internet. It says offensively bold and disrespectful. Go ahead.
Insolent or impertinent. Synonyms. See synonyms at shameless.
Shameless. Yeah, there's no shame for Jake, man. You know? There's no boundaries with Jake. You know, anymore.
Yep, it says shameless, immodest. That's pretty much
Yeah,
it.
that's the point, man. So that's our people to the T, man. Unto this very day, like the Lord said, they have rebelled against me unto this very day. The truth, hey, the truth out of the scriptures is not enough. You know? The doctrine in Yahweh Shem Shai is not sexy enough for Jake, man. Like I said, the latest trend, the latest bullshit online, Jake is all for it, man. Right? here it is, September 24th. Hey, we still here. Matter of fact, hold on, I got a scripture on that. Jeremiah 8:20. The harvest is past, the summer is ended, and we are not saved. All right? What are you niggas talking about, man? Right? But that's the product of Christianity, man. That's a prime example, man, of how simple Jake is.
Then to make it so bad, you got these Christians that won't even admit that they were wrong.
Right.
Like the video I seen y'all yesterday, and they was like, oh, y'all get y'all 2 seconds after this.
Right.
But guess what? I still believe in Jesus Christ. I know that the rapture's going to come when he wants it to come. I'm like, bro, y'all people are just broke.
Yes, sir.
At the end of the day, because like you said, what it is, if you want to hear and believe everything that's coming from everybody but the prophets. Here it is, we're giving you the true understanding through the scriptures. We're breaking the scriptures down, backing up everything that we're saying, and then you want to hearken to some bug out that just came up out of nowhere telling you some nonsense.
That's it.
I got a quick one.
Yep. And not to cut you off, but it's always, the Lord always gives us those examples. Prime example that I can think of is when, what's his name that popped up back in like 2016, 17? Yeah, Master Splinter, Grandmaster Jake. When he was pushing that whole NFAC coalition bullshit on how Jake needs to arm themselves up to come against the system, you had niggas that was with that. And then when we were rebuking that, you had Jake arguing with us, talking about, well, what have y'all done for the community? You know, he's actually doing a good cause. But when you follow the scriptures, you idiots, that's not what we're supposed to do. The Lord told us to wait upon him, man. You know, he didn't. Oh, so like,
I'm saying Jake don't learn because he was trying to mix the truth into his little bullshit.
Yep.
And when they brought him on the national stage, he completely shitted on the Lord.
Yep.
He didn't even mention the Lord's name or nothing.
Yep.
And then look what happened. He came out and he was trying to run for president.
Yep.
He was an agent. Now look at him. He's locked up.
Yep. Same shit that he did with Light. Look what happened to him. You know, so there's always, as the apostles call, there's always a Johnny come lately nigga that pop up, and Jake be quick to gravitate to him, man.
That's Acts, the 5th chapter. The 2 guys that got mentioned. Who grabbed it real quick? It's like Acts 5, like in the middle. Because like you said, Jake will always follow somebody else outside the prophets, man, because it's more advantageous for them. Because what it is the prophets are hated, man.
Yes, sir.
Are you getting that?
We can't be right.
Right.
You know?
This is what Yahushua said. This is Matthew 13 and 57. It says, I would have marked this first better. It says, but Yahushua said unto them, a prophet is without but in his own country. No, it's like a prophet is not in his own country and among his own kin and in his own house. So the main ones that come against us are our own people. Because here it is, we can have a simple discourse with a heathen. But when it comes to Jake is going to run us off through that corner if they could, man. All because we're getting the truth about the Bible.
Jake's looking for a reason to argue. Jake is looking for a reason to go back and forth. He's looking for a rebuttal. He's trying to find a gray area, a loophole to trump the Lord in the scriptures. That's the mindset of the majority of our people. That's why the Lord going to destroy 2/3, man. You know? Keep going. I got any more than you? Or yes, go ahead.
So Acts 5 and 6. For these days rose up Judas, boasting himself to be somebody, to whom a number of men, about 400, joined themselves.
And that's not what we gave example of. That's all right, Polite, Panetta, Nature Boy, all these different guys that came to try to come against the truth. And look at them. You had all these jakes that gathered behind them.
To whom a number of men, about 400, joined themselves, who was slain, and all as many as obeyed him were scattered and brought to naught.
What the scripture say? Like the shepherd and the sheep fell scattered.
Yep.
After this man rose up Judas of Galilee in the days of the taxing and drew away much people after him. He also perished, and all, even as many as obeyed him, were dispersed.
That's why the scriptures let us know that the Lord set up the apostles last. All right, Jake will gather around these self-appointed people, thinking that they have the answer. But you gotta remember, Esau Edom has his hands up in everything corn. All right, COINTELPRO, and all these infiltrations that they've been doing over the years. So even going back to J. Edgar Hoover, he made that quote, said there will never be another black Messiah unless we make next one. So all these guys that put themselves up in positions of leadership, they were created by the devil, man, Esau.
All set up.
All right, so as we're going to say later on in that chapter, all right, the Lord said that pretty much if he's not dealing with that movement, it's going to come to naught.
That's it.
Verse 38.
And we've seen it over and over again.
Shit.
Guys that try to pop up and make a name for themselves and come against the leadership and the doctrine, they get smited, man.
And the apostles have the greatest testimony. They've been around 30, 40 plus years, man, and they've seen all different types of movements trying to come up
Yep.
and overtake the truth, and they all fail.
Yep, it's the same demons. Just with a new host,
Right, right.
you know?
Acts 5:38. And now I say unto you, refrain these men, and let them alone. For if this counsel or this work be of men, it will come to naught.
Yep.
Right, and this is Galileo. He was a scribe or a Pharisee, but he was pretty much letting the council know, like, yo, leave them prophets alone. The belly of like. So it was letting it be known, like, look, if they're moving as of men, it's gonna come to naught. But if it's up to the Lord, the Lord's gonna make sure that it's gonna happen.
Verse 39, but if this be of the Most High, he cannot overthrow it, least haply he be found even to fight against the Most High.
That's how we understand the Spirit of the Lord is dealing with our teachers. Because, hey, throughout all these different movements that came and went, the truth is still going strong.
It endured the test of time. That's why Scripture say you can do nothing against the truth before the truth. Right? Because ultimately you're not fighting men, you're fighting against the Spirit of the Lord. And that's a losing battle every single time. Right? Finish out that Ezekiel for me, y'all. Because Jake is foolish, man. Right? Jeremiah 4:22. Can you get that real quick? You know? Our people are retarded, bro.
Jeremiah chapter 4, verse 22. For my people are foolish, they have not known me.
They have not known me. Go ahead.
They are Sodom's children.
Yep.
They have none understanding. They are wise to do evil, but to do good they have no knowledge.
That's true, man. They're wise to do evil, but when it comes to doing good, they have no knowledge. They're quick to follow somebody else, a false prophet, a bug out, a demon. But here it is, the prophet's been on the scene giving you the truth the whole time. Right? Oh, y'all some conspiracy theories, y'all a hate group. The Spirit of the Lord is dealing with y'all. Like the video, I think it was a video the elder Manatha Zaba did, where some Edomite talk about some the Spirit of the Lord told me that y'all were false prophets, something like that. You know, it's always a new bug out popping up trying to against the grain, and it never works out, man. You know, but again, that's the simplicity of Jake, right? We go back to that.
That's why the Lord calls you Sodom. Stupid. It doesn't take much to do that.
It don't.
Ezekiel chapter 2 and verse 4. But they are impudent children and stiff-hearted.
Yep.
I do sin, thou shalt say unto them, thus saith the Lord power. And they, whether they will hear or whether they will forbear,
Yep.
for they are a rebellious house,
Yep.
yet shall know that there had been a prophet among them.
Yeah, so whether they hear or whether they forbear, at the end of the day, the majority of our people are not going to listen. We understand that, man. This is why we're dealing with a remnant on this side, man. All right? 144,000 and that 1/3, man. Those that were blessed to hear and have the eyes to see, like Yahweh said in Matthew 13, right? Blessed are our eyes for they see, and your ears for they hear. He's talking about spiritually, man, because everybody can't digest Yahweh, man. See, that's the beauty behind it all, right? So you always bring that word out, what's it called, esoteric, man. This knowledge is esoteric, man. It's only been given to to a select few.
Yeah.
You know?
Mysterion, the word,
Yep.
like given to the initiated.
Yep, and not to ordinary mortals.
Exactly.
See that? So it's a gift to understand what we understand, man. Right? Because the majority gonna be left out there. Hey, just imagine niggas is doing this over the so-called rapture. Just imagine when they push that chip. See what I'm saying? You're gonna have so-called Christians, right? That say they believe in the Bible and all of that. That's gonna be pushing it. Hey, it's all right. Say it's just a device. That's not the mark of the beast. Don't listen to these guys. Yeah, Jesus would have took it.
It is going to say say that. That's not even a far-fetched narrative.
You know, but that's the type of time, and that's the spirit that our people are in, man. All right, and they're gonna take heed to those strong delusions, man.
Right.
Right. Go ahead, bro.
It's 2 Timothy chapter 4 and verse 3. For the time will come when they will not endure sound doctrine, but after their own lust shall they heap to themselves teachers having itching ears. Right? So the rapture doctrine, it sounds good, right? You get to avoid all persecution, all the turmoil that the earth is about to find itself in and get beamed into the heavens. But it's not real, man. There's no scriptural backing behind it, man. Right? This is just like the doctrines of men, man. Right? To go and ultimately captivate the minds of these simpletons.
That's it.
I had finished this lesson I've been on. One of the chat GPT, get the basics behind where that came from.
Right.
So it says, according to chat GPT, the Greek word harpazo, which means caught up, is what later theologians translated into the Latin rapturo, which eventually gave rise to the English term rapture. Right? And Christians will use scriptures like 1 Corinthians 4:16, goes into how we're going to be caught up in the cloud. In 1 Corinthians 51:52, about the twinkle, how we're going to be changed the twinkle of an eye. They read that, they think those are scriptures that apply to the doctrine. It says, Paul does not say believers will disappear secretly or escape tribulation. He describes Mashiach's visible return with a trumpet, voice, and resurrection.
Not to cut you off, but that's why when you hear Christians brag and pride about how they're saved already, that's what it's talking about. When they're saved already, they think that they're going to be saved from the destruction to come, and the rapture's going to take them. Like they already know that they got a guaranteed spot to be taken up. That's why they boast in that pride. Well, I'm saved though. I ain't got to worry about what y'all talking about. Y'all talking about destruction and all of this fear mongering. We ain't got to worry about that. We're going to avoid that. That's the mindset of your average Christian, man.
Right.
You know?
But then you put them in these positions where their faith is tested, it ain't gonna stand. They come across these small instances where they have to go through their bouts with their quote unquote belief in the Messiah, and they don't stand on it.
Yeah.
They fall every time.
2020 was the perfect example.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Now all y'all are classified as fucking word.
Yeah, it's like a
Homo.
It's a G word.
I got you right here. So that what you made mention of, that testing that happened during 2020 shows you that y'all don't believe in so-called Jesus, man. Because if y'all were saved, then why'd y'all run down and get that juice, man?
Yep.
Right.
So the term was homo genesis.
Yeah, we go.
That's all you that took that juice, man. Now you're rebranded as a new being. You're not a homo sapien.
So, if that about to go,
Right. So going back to chat, it says the birth of the modern rapture doctrine.
Yep.
It says the rapture doctrine, as popularly known today, especially the pre-tribulation rapture, is traced back to the early 1800s. A Scottish teenager named Margaret MacDonald claimed to have visions of believers being caught up before the tribulation. Around the same time, John Nelson Darby, an English preacher and founder of the Plymouth Brethren,
we're on YouTube.
systemized
we're
his
live
teaching.
streaming right now. We have a
He
lot
is
of people
often
that
called the father of dispensationalism. Darby's teaching spread to America through prophecy conferences in the late 1800s. The Schofield Reference Bible widely popularized the doctrine, cemented it in many evangelical and fundamentalist churches. It says since this doctrine has existed since theology into the 19th century, critics argue it's not apostolic teaching, but a later invention. Many know that Mashiach and the apostles warned believers about persecution and tribulation, not an escape from it. Thus, some see the rapture teaching as a comforting but unbiblical idea that avoids the reality of suffering over Mashiach.
That's heavy. You know, so there's going to be a trial. All right, matter of fact, go to get that Revelation, get that one in Matthew 24 as well. All right, the time is coming.
So this is our gathering right here.
Of affliction, tribulation, days are cut short. Right, Matthew 24.
Yeah, no, not a denomination. We just
Revelation
proclaim ourselves to be the
chapter 3
Hebrew
verse
Israelites in
10.
the Bible. So
Because thou hast
our
kept the
denomination
word of
is
my patience,
aligned with the
I
scriptures.
also will keep thee from the hour of temptation,
Yep.
which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth.
that the our temptation is going to come upon the
Revelation
whole
was
world
part
and try them, man. So there's
Don't know
no
which one you come
there's no
from.
back door in that. There's no, you're not going to rapture yourself out of that. All right, he that endured to the end is the same that should be saved. So we're coming into that trial, the tribulation. Well, we're all going to have to go through that. All right, but those that are part of the elect, all right, then we're established from the beginning to make it through. We're going to make it through. All right, there's no avoiding that, and that's what that rapture doctrine pretty much, entails. Right, you're gonna live this. You're just gonna live this whole time and then just get up out of it. You're not gonna see nothing. Like, you know what I'm saying?
He split his blessing.
Right? It don't make sense. But like I said, it's not doctrinal. Right? Get that Matthew 24.
This is Matthew chapter 24, verse 21.
Yeah, a lot of secular
For then
history.
shall be great tribulation,
Yep.
such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time.
Right. So
That
the
whole
tribulation that's gonna come upon the world has not been seen.
70 AD.
You know, it's basically, like I said, it's gonna be unheard of. At times, the terror that the Lord is gonna bring on the earth is gonna be unimaginable.
All the Israelites
Go
are
ahead.
scattered.
It says, no,
They're still here,
nor
it's
shall
just
ever
here,
be,
they're gonna be
and
gathered
except those days should be shortened. There should no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened.
Yep.
Then if any man shall say unto you, lo here is the Mashiach, or lo there, believe it not. For there shall arise false Christs and false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders.
Which is that rapture doctrine. It's a lot of false prophets, false Christ, false anointed. Like we talked about Bible influencers,
GMS,
which is
street
strictly a
ministry.
false prophet anyway.
That's where you'll find
All right, guys online just mingling the scriptures,
in New York.
right? Botch breakdowns, right? But they got away with words, so they gain a following.
The GMS what?
Because as we just
GMS
read,
street
our
ministry.
people are really simple, man.
GMS apostles.
They don't take, like you said, it don't take much to duplicate, man. You start throwing a couple of $1 million words in there, make it sound sexy. Hey, you got you some following, man.
What verse?
Right? Keep going.
King
It
James.
says,
I am in, brother. That's
for there shall arise false Christs and false prophets,
perfect.
show great signs and wonders.
That's exactly right. I was like,
I took a picture.
Right, and what's happy about that too, the Lord is describing the fact that these things will be more abundant in the last days, right? That you will see an uptick of false Christ, false prophets. All right, people lying on the scriptures, man. These things will be extremely abundant before the return of the Lord, and we see that. Okay, and read that part if it was possible. Read that part again.
It says, if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect.
I believe that Jesus
It says, behold, I have told you before.
So that the elect are not going to be deceived,
Yeah.
right?
This is why, because like it says in St. John the 10th chapter, hey, the elect is going to hearken unto the voice of the Lord. They're not going to follow any other voice. So we have the testimony, man. That's why Isaiah 8:20 tells us, to the law and the testimony, they speak not according to this word. There is no light in it, man. What's the testimony? Revelation 19:10, man. The spirit of prophecy, that's your house side. That shows you Christians, you don't have the true testimony because you don't understand prophecy. You lack a true biblical worldview, man. So if you understood the dynamics of what the Messiah spoke about and what he taught his disciples to teach the rest of the people, you will understand that there is no escaping this. All right? Just as he had to go on the cross and suffer for the sins of Israel, and to tell you, the servant is not greater than the master. We're going to suffer. The doctrine that you Christians push is a doctrine that you're trying to slide away from suffering. It's all peaches and cream with y'all. It's all prosperity and no suffering. Which shows you that you don't know the scripture, man.
That's why John the 10th chapter, right? Yahushua said that my sheep know my voice, right? The voice is the true sound doctrine in the scriptures in Yahushua. See that? The voice is the true doctrine. He said a hireling they will not follow. See what I'm saying?
To anybody that's coming in another way, they're thief and a robber.
That's it.
You're trying to take away the glory of the Lord. And what sense does that truly make? That if you thinking that the Messiah is gonna be like a secret return and he's gonna take his minute. No. His glory is gonna come from him making his presence known while he destroys the place, him taking his elect back up with him and all the world seeing his men that have been down here suffering pure hell,
Right.
being taken up, you know? You're neglecting a major part of prophecy because the scriptures, it highlights the aha moment. We're going to have the word of those men. Because why everybody, and to this day, is making it seem like we're lying. So when this shit finally hits, you people are going to be like, as we're seeing more videos, damn, them Hebrew Israelites right. We're seeing videos talking about how, hey, we should be apologizing to these Hebrew Israelites because they're not wrong. You know?
That's why the scriptures say, let the heathen know thee as we have known thee. You know?
Right.
And so, meaning he has to show his power in the earth. And he's going to do that through these times of trouble.
Real straight to point, where it talks about we have erred from the way of truth, the sun have not shined unto us. If you know what was heavy, if you can get that in the GMS, because it hits home, right? It's like Priest was saying, now that this truth is going out to the four corners, and people see that we have the 100% truth, you got people that are finally acknowledging that, which that's all the Lord anyways. Because hey, the pressure of prophecy is so heavy, right? You ain't got no choice but to acknowledge this thing, man.
That just goes to show you how much these people want to pretty much escape whatever's coming. There's literally anything that anybody's saying that allows them to escape accountability, escape hardship, and escape judgment. So they'll listen to anything as long as it brings that comfort inside of them. Okay, they're going to tell me it's going to be okay, so I believe it.
That's it. And that pressure from prophecy, it'll make you tap out, man.
Hey, we have to go through it, but what separates us from the rest of y'all is that the Spirit of the Lord is something with us to where we got to understand. Y'all don't understand why. You just hear it, and it's like, oh shit, this is too much. But then the comforter never came to y'all. Now y'all just sitting with it. That's why you seeing people crashing out, bugging out, all right, doing whatever, man. You know, because Sophia is not dwelling with them. Man.
Yeah, we got the holy unction.
Right.
1 John 2:20, right?
Right.
You got it out.
So Wisdom of Solomon 5 and 6 in the Good News Translation.
That's right.
We were the ones who wandered off the right road.
So this is what the people gonna say once, like we used to say, once this shit is like just blatantly obvious at that point, that's the Lord's gonna make them realize they're gonna have to acknowledge their faults. Right? Go ahead, read that again, Axel.
Wisdom of Solomon 5 and 6 in the Good News Translation. We were the ones who wandered off the right road.
What's the right road? This is this truth. This is the pathway of life. Go ahead.
Ooh, what's that highway?
Yeah, this is the highway, exactly. This is the highway, man. Right?
We never lived in the light of righteousness.
Yep.
We never caught the first glimmer of his light.
Yeah, the Lord didn't shine unto you. When the Lord shines unto you, so to speak, that's you having the wisdom, the light of the Lord, which is essentially the spirit of Yahweh Shalom Shai in the form of wisdom, right? Go ahead.
All our lives we wandered across unmarked deserts.
Yep. All our lives we wandered across unmarked deserts. What is that? That's those other doctrines. Whether you subscribe to be a Christian or a Muslim or an atheist, whatever, right? That's those dry deserts, man. That lack the living water. That's it. They're delusional.
Yeah.
But that's how these other philosophies have the people in grand delusion.
Yeah. When say you're in the desert or whatever, you get thirsty. Your mind is designed what it wants. So you start seeing stuff. That's what these people, they're so delusional because of that lack of water.
Yep.
That they're just imagining whatever and they're going with it.
That's it. Whatever is sexy to them, right?
Right.
I got something to what you said. I'll let you read that again. I'll just add on to what you said, please. Isaiah 41 and 17, it says, when the poor and needy seek water, and there is none, and that's basically, our people seeking for answers, seeking for the truth. When the poor and needy seek water, and there is none, and their tongue filleth with thirst, I, the Lord, Yahweh Shem Shah, will hear them. I, the power of Israel, will not forsake them. Right? So again, our people are dehydrated. Their tongue filled with thirst because they lack the true living water, which is Yahweh Shai, in the form of the truth. All right? This is knowledge. It says, verse 18, and I will open rivers in high places and the fountains in the midst of the valleys, which you can tie that to the internet, All right, and also the highways and hedges where the prophets are located. It says, I will make the wilderness a pool of water, in the dry land springs of water. So this is where that flowing of water is coming out at, man. Right? He said he was going to turn the wilderness into a pool of water, in the dry land springs of water. And that's happening now.
The Lord said it in the song. Now he said he was going to set up a table
Yep.
in the midst of our enemies. So, hey, all the nutrients that your soul needs is being presented to you. Jake don't want it. Jake wants GMO. They want artificial. They want anything and everything but the true nourishment.
It's Jeremiah 14 and verse 3 in the NLT. The noble send servants to get water, but all the wells are dry. The servants return with empty pitchers, confused and desperate, covering their heads in grief. Right, so that's the state of our people right now. They were sent out, right, to get water from something that was dried out and destitute, man. Right, it says the ground is parched and cracked for lack of rain. The farmers are deeply troubled. They too cover their heads. Right, so it's a state of mourning that we're seeing coming from Jake right now, as they're reaching for, grasping for straws, man. Yeah. Right, they're looking for anything to give them comfort, but the places they're being sent can bring no water.
That's it. Niggas are dehydrated. You know, they got the cracked lips with the white shit on his mouth. That's how Jake is in the spirit.
Nah, that shit bad. Them niggas that was out in Atlanta went all the way to fucking Stone Mountain. You got a coalition of niggas trying to open a portal talking about this is Atlantis.
Come on, man.
Like, come on, man.
And they was chanting that shit.
Like, that's serious. This is niggas.
Yeah. Jake is gone, man.
It's sad, man.
You know? You got it, right? You go back and finish.
I got one.
Okay, come.
This is Jeremiah chapter 2, verse 13. It says, for my people have committed two evils. They have forsaken me, the fountain of living waters,
Yep.
and hewn out cisterns, broken cisterns, that can hold no water. You know, and that's all these different doctrines and belief systems that Jake runs to, that don't give them that true doctrine that we're talking about. This is why niggas ran with that rapture doctrine. This is why people ran to that flat earth, you know, and whatever else Jake was into, man, thinking that that's the truth, man.
Yeah, the Anunnaki.
Anunnaki, like you said, the Atlanta is Atlantis, that Babylon is here in America. This is Jerusalem, you know, and all this other madness, man. But Jake, he refuses to acknowledge that we got the truth, man. But it's not us. It's just y'all hate the Lord, so therefore anything the Lord has the spirit upon, you deny it, you despise it.
Yeah, as we read, this is that same rebellious generation, man. I got something real quick if I can find it, and I'm gonna have you go back to that GT. I think it was Psalms 72. It talks about not to be like this generation. I'm gonna try to find it. Go ahead, bring it back. I'll find it.
So back in Wisdom of Solomon chapter 5 and verse 6 in the Good News Translation. We were the ones who wandered off the right road. We never lived in the light of righteousness. We never caught the first glimmer of its light. All our lives we wandered across unmarked deserts instead of following the road which the Lord wanted us to travel. And this lawlessness led us to ruin. Right? So that light didn't shine upon them. Right? The scriptures talk about the election have obtained it and the rest were blinded. That word obtained goes into having the light shine upon you. Right? So the elect, the chosen, are receiving that light. That they're seeing that glimmer and being able to receive it. But the wicked, they're not able to take it in. Right? And now they're left in these unmarked deserts.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Verse 8. We were so proud of ourselves, we bragged about how rich we were, and now what good has it done us? Because the scriptures tell you, right, in a time of affliction, there's a forgetfulness of prosperity, man. Right? In the time of prosperity, it's a forgetfulness of affliction. So they don't remember the times that the Lord has been judging them, man, because they've been in so-called prosperousness right now, man. But as this affliction starts to take hold, they're going to forget about all the riches that they've been afforded here, man.
Yep.
Right? All the gifts that they've been given as a result of bowing to this beast, man.
Psalm 75.
Yeah, 78:5 down to 8.
Psalm 78:5. It says, for he established the testimony in Jacob and appointed a law in Israel, which he hath commanded our fathers, that that they should make them known to their children, that generation to come might know them, even the children which should be born, who should arise and declare them to their children, that they might set their hope in the Most High, and not forget the works of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, but keep the commandments, and might not be as their fathers, a stubborn and rebellious generation, a generation that set not their heart aright, and whose spirit was not steadfast with Yahweh Hashem Yahushua.
So that same generation is back now. This is the same stubborn and rebellious generation whose heart, whose mind was not steadfast with the Most High. This is the 2/3, man. Bucking up again. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna read verse 8.
Yep.
It says, then they will not be like their ancestors, stubborn, rebellious, and unfaithful, refusing to give their hearts to Yahweh Hashem Yahushua.
Yep.
You know, like we're going into, man. Hey, Jake in the wilderness was straight up rebellious, man. They were ungrateful, you know, talking shit. Really, you know, saw all the miracles, man. And Jake still talking shit when the Lord wasn't dealing with it, man. You know, that's the same exact thing, man. And the Lord's been showing miracles, you know, amongst us right now. But they don't hear and acknowledge them.
Yep.
This is why he's gonna get consumed down, you know, in his focus.
Yeah, the highlight of the miracles in this time is the awakening of Israel, man. The Lord pulling us out of the graves, like it tells us in Ezekiel 37. It talks about how he raised us up out of the graves, man. He put the breath back in us. That's a miracle, man. Remember, we were in a dead state of mind, man. We were walking around the earth, not knowing who our power was, not knowing who we are as people, calling ourselves by these different names,
Right.
caught up in these idols of the heathen, these different worldly philosophies, man. We were gone, man.
Right. The heathen had put that coalition together to read the Psalms, the 83rd chapter, to pretty much do away with Israel's remembrance.
That's it.
Like that shit is major. Like even like I was watching National Geographic and it was talking about the 7 wonders of the world. No mention of the throne of David.
Yeah.
No mention of the northern and southern kingdom, and they all up in the Mediterranean. No mention of Israel. Like that's the extent that Esau has done with the heathen to conspire against pretty much doing away with our legacy. But now, like you said, for us to be able to stand here and tap back into the Holy Spirit by the grace of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, that's a major deal.
Hey, they even went to the extent of y'all bros brought it out about the what was it called, the tree of forgetfulness.
Yep.
Right? When they had rounded Judah up in slavery, they had them go around that tree so they would not come back to their identity.
Knocking them niggas upside the head every fucking round they went around that tree.
Like the men had like 7 times,
The women had 7 times and the men had 9.
That's crazy. So, hey, look at the measures that Esau and the heathen went through just to cause us to discontinue from our heritage, man.
Yeah,
And we still came back.
Because even with that, you look at the spiritual significance. 7 is completion,
Yep.
9 is foundation.
Wow.
So Jake really had a number put on him.
That's it.
And the Lord still is dealing, man.
Shit's still dealing. Like you said, he never forgot his people, man. Though they may forget,
Yeah.
I will not forget you, man.
Right.
And the Lord has proven that in this time, man. For us to stand back upon our feet. Revelation 11 and verse 11. Right? You saw something out? Go ahead.
So Isaiah 65, and starting verse 1. I am sought of them that asked not for me. I am found of them that sought me not.
Yep.
I said, behold me, unto a nation that was not called by my name.
Yep.
I have spread out my hands all the day unto a rebellious people, which walketh in a way that was not good.
It's 2025, and niggas still refuse to let white Jesus go, man. You know the Monarchs did a video on that one dude, I forgot his name, the black pastor. that sounded
Pastor,
like Uncle Ruckus.
Damn.
Oh, yeah. He funny too.
No, he's funny as hell, but that shit was cool.
Yeah.
But he was like, he's like, man, I ain't taking down white Jesus, man. He was like, yo, he hates niggas, which I don't blame him. But he hates niggas so much where he's like, he refuses to acknowledge that so-called Jesus is black.
Yeah.
You know? So 2025, that stronghold is still heavy in Drake's mind, but you see, he's already pushing that no more, man. It's Drake that's still holding on to that, man.
Yep. Pastor
You know?
David Manning.
Yeah, David Manning, yeah.
Because that fake white man Jesus got debunked, chopped up, exposed, set on fire, everything, man. Esau don't need him no more. He did it. Hey, he served his purpose, man.
Yep.
You know?
It's still on that, what's the girl name?
Yeah.
Not my Jesus.
Exactly. Right now, we're in a period of time where Esau's trying to rise up. Because as you see,
Oh, yeah.
on these podcasts, all these Edomites, which, you know, most likely they're agents anyway, but they're all on the podcast shitting on the tribes.
Yeah.
Speaking about how pretty much all the talking points revolve around how America would be better off without the so-called Negro, Latino, Native American, Hispanics.
See, what it is they're tapping into that Christian imperialism.
Yep.
Or nationalism.
Yep.
Philosophy. Because what it is they use Christianity, all right, to pretty much push their thirst for power.
Yeah.
So what they're trying to say is that because they're so-called white, that the so-called black, Latino, Native Americans, that they don't mean nothing to society, so we should just wipe them out.
Yeah.
Like they did the Australians.
Yep.
Like they did all the Aborigines. You know, like they tried to do gas and all that. So Esau's tapping back into that spirit, man.
That's it.
So you Jakes are about to see that Christianity they gave y'all during the plantation is nothing more than pretty much to keep you quiet.
That's it.
Give you something to believe in, so that they can continue on with this false part of
Yeah, just keeps them in political, economic power over you.
All right.
Like you said, it's all means for them to justify themselves to come with the sword against Jacob.
Right. Can I land back on that economic power? The documentary Priest has sent the Money Changers.
money back.
The Money Masters. You really see how Esau has, those international bankers really have their hand in every problem that exists.
Yes.
Because these problems that exist, that's what allows him to maintain control.
That's it.
Anytime that there's a system where somebody's coming in opposition, and really the biggest problem that comes in opposition is the awakening of the Israelites, he starts to create more and more problems. He tries to create more and more reasons to come against whatever it is that's trying to come against him, because like you said, that economic authority gives him power,
Yep.
you know?
That's why this whole CK situation happened, because this is like one of those final pushes to try to put the battery in these everyday Edomites back, and also the provocation for you tribes, like that video that came around yesterday dealing with the Homeland Security mocking Drake with that Pokemon. Cause I thought that shit was funny, I'm not gonna lie. That shit was wild, bro, and I found that they actually made that. But they're trying to provoke both sides because they want a race war, man.
That's it. Because the latest boogeyman now, after the CK situation, is the so-called left.
Yeah.
Right? All the talking points, again, from these Edomites is about the left. All right? How they're monsters, how they're unforgiving. All right? And as we all know, because we're not ignorant of Satan's devices, we know that the Israelites are getting ready to be tied into that.
Yeah.
You know, the what they call it, policing of speech.
Yep.
See what I'm saying? So eventually they're getting ready to circle the block back to us. That's what it's all about anyway, right?
Lumping everything on the left, Jake by default automatically gets put in that because of what you was with the whole time the Biden administration y'all was going for Kamala.
Yep.
So niggas are already being lumped into that, but like you said, they're gonna circle the block to come after the Israelites because ultimately they're focusing on us and everything that like we've been saying throughout the years of what they're doing, the gradual, taking away of rights, it's all to come at us.
Yeah.
You know?
Because he couldn't come directly.
Right.
All this stuff is indirect, but eventually they're gonna have to stand on it. You know?
I think
You got it, yo.
So this is from Matt Walsh on Twitter. Hey, it says there have been at least 4 left-wing terror attacks in the past 2 weeks. 4 in 2 weeks. It's only getting worse because we're seeing now these mass shootings are happening like back to back.
Sayab City out there.
And they're all Edomites.
Yep. Dallas, the latest one is in Dallas.
Right.
Yep. They shut up the ICE agency. I believe a couple got wounded, somebody died.
Two
the
migrants
died, right?
Yep, 2 migrants died, and then he killed himself.
Yeah. So every day there's I think it was like 14, 13 bodies that was found in Houston.
Yep.
It's like a serial killer out there in Houston.
God damn.
So it's like it's all types of shit, like you said. It's all types of psyops and distractions left and right, man. Got people's minds everywhere, man.
They're getting more brazen. We have to treat left-wing militias like ISIS and crack down mercilessly, or lots of people will die.
Yeah. So this is his justification understand that the race war, civil wars are coming, man. Push this shit hard as hell now, right?
Yeah, what Elon Musk said. It says, something from Right Angle News. It says Elon Musk confirms that the white race has two simple options to make: be conquered and enslaved while being called racist, or reclaim our nations and our dignity while. So that call to arms is what's happening amongst the Edomites. You tell them that it's the problem. The problem is Jake.
Yeah.
So that racial tension is getting to a boiling point, and it's going to take one major event to spill over, and we're going to see that shit come to a head.
Hey, these fucking devils are really mad because our people are not feeling sorrowful for CK. See what I'm saying? They're mad about that. They really wish that it was a Jake that shot him, right? But since Jake is not grieving for him, they're mad at Jake now. You know, they're looking for a reason. Is the point, right?
It's him, and it's also that niggas is still not happy for what Trump doing.
Exactly.
These Trumpers are still going hard, so whenever they're back on somebody, they're
Matthew chapter 24 and verse 36. But of that day,
You read to the end of the chapter.
but of that day and hour knoweth no man.
Yep.
No, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only.
Yeah. So you Christians supposed to know the Bible.
Yeah.
So you talking about some damn rapture was going to be on September 23rd, when the scriptures clearly say that no man knoweth the time nor the hour, man. What are you talking about?
what happened?
What happened? And now you got niggas on the internet talking about we still here. You know, I guess I didn't make it. You know, maybe next time. Right? Keep going now. Jake is stupid. Go ahead.
Niggas playing with their salvation,
That's
bro.
what I'm
Like, come on, my nigga. You gonna play with anything. Don't play with the Lord.
That's it, man.
The fuck?
But that shows you that's what Christianity. That's the product of Christianity. They don't take nothing serious, man. There's no serious spirit of the Lord.
Right.
You know, God is my homeboy.
Right.
God is dope, right?
Yeah,
God is dope.
sweet baby Jesus, right?
Right.
That spirit, man. Yeah, God is dope, right? Go ahead, Al.
Stupid.
Matthew 24:37. But as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be.
That's right.
For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage, until the day that Noah entered into the ark, and knew not until the flood came, and took them all away. So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be.
And it's going to be the same thing in this time, man. And until nuclear war takes off, and they're going to be taken away in that second death. Keep going out.
Then shall two be in the field, and one shall be taken,
Yep.
and the other left.
Yeah.
This word is like
Abduction.
Yeah, that's
Crazy. Taking up. Go ahead.
Two women shall be grinding at the mill, and one shall be taken, and the other left. Watch therefore, for ye know not what hour your Lord doth come.
Yeah, watch. You're supposed to be remaining on the watch. You're supposed to be occupied in prophecy. All right? Because you don't know when the Lord's going to come.
right.
But the Lord did give us signs. He gave us tokens. He gave us things to look out for. He said we was going to see signs in the heavens above and the earth beneath. Right? You know, uproars of the people. You know, various things that are happening now in this time. Go ahead.
none of y'all are equating that to besides the term.
Exactly.
Right.
Circumstantial.
Yeah. Exactly.
The Lord is the greatest Savior on earth.
Right now. You know?
Man.
Wait up, but things will get better, right?
Right.
Go ahead, bro.
Matthew 24:43. But know this, that if the good man of the house had known in what watch the thief would come,
Yep.
he would have watched and would not have suffered his house to be broken up.
Yeah, if you knew a thief was going to come rob you, you'd be watching. If you knew the time and day he was going to be there, you'd be watching.
Right.
Right? How much more the Lord?
Right. Because you consider like shit. We in the valley of the shadow of death. We around robbers. We around criminals. Like Esau, he got a whole system set up of criminals. People that's trying to rob you of your blessing.
Yeah, hey, you got all these ring cameras and different shit. They arm their house with it when it comes to your script now.
Exactly.
It's wide open.
Wide open.
Exactly.
No security.
Therefore be ye also ready, For in such an hour as ye think not, the Son of Man cometh.
Exactly. The Lord gonna catch many people off guard. He gonna catch many people slipping. You know, like it says, real quick, hold you at go to Revelation 16 about being found naked. I think it's verse 15. How people gonna get caught butt ass naked when the Lord returns?
Bowl of Captain Crunch.
I'm telling you, man.
Walking around the house.
Right. With the flip flops on.
I got it right here.
Yep.
This is Revelation chapter 16 and verse 15. Behold, I come as a thief.
There you go. He comes as a thief. Go ahead.
Blessed is he that watcheth
Blessed is he that watcheth. Go.
and keepeth his garments,
And keep it, which is what? The truth. The oil, the understanding. Go ahead.
lest he walk naked
Lest he walk naked. Go ahead.
and they see his shame.
And you see your shame. What does it mean to walk naked? Man, mean you're found without being properly clothed, right? You're not clothed in the correct doctrine. All right, you're gonna be found in sin because whatever you subscribe to outside of the truth, that equates to you being naked, man. You're gonna be exposed in that time, man. That's what the Lord is saying.
Right.
That's why I said, "Blessed is he that keepeth his garment."
Right.
Right, like I did the lesson. When the Lord returns, the elect are going to be found properly clothed. They're going to have the correct garments on, man. Remember it? Was it Matthew the 10th chapter or 22nd chapter? I want to say, yeah. When the Lord asked, "Who let the guy in? Who man's is this?" He didn't have on the proper wedding garment, so they bound him up and they threw him out. All right, and there should be weeping and gnashing of teeth. That's how it's going to go down. Because a lot of our people are not clothed, they're not properly clothed, man. So you're going to be found naked in that time, man.
No white tees.
No white tees in the club, man. Yeah, no black forces, no do-rags. None of that, man. No caps. Right? This is an all-white affair, man. You got to have the proper clothing on, man. Yeah, that's it.
So Matthew 24 and verse 44. Therefore be ye also ready, for in such an hour as ye think not the Son of Man cometh.
Yep.
Who then is a faithful and wise servant, whom his Lord hath made ruler over his household, to give them meat in due season?
Right.
Blessed is that servant whom his Lord, when he cometh, shall find so doing.
Yeah, doing what? The work. Remaining watchful, man. Doing what they're supposed to be doing, man. Blessed is that servant. You know, you got guys playing around, want to party, making excuses, going back into the world, playing with the Lord's name, changing the doctrine. All right? Them niggas are going to get beaten with many stripes. Because a lot of guys just going off like that, they knew better, man. But that's what happens when you sell out, when you take the bag, man. Exactly. Doctrine get compromised. You start trimming the gospel. You start trying to appease to men, right? And the scriptures say that, man. If you want to be a servant of men, yeah, you know what it said? I think it's in Galatians when it said, right? If you're a servant of men, then you can't please the Lord. I'm roughly paraphrasing, but a lot of guys are in that spirit, man.
I got it.
You got it.
Galatians chapter 1 and verse 10. For do I now persuade men or the Most High? Or do I seek to please men? For if I yet please men, I should not be the servant of Hamashiach.
Yeah, if you seek to please men, you are the servant of the Lord. And there's a lot of guys that think they're servants of the Lord and they're really not. Because they're about pleasing men. All right? Pleasing a particular crowd, changing the doctrine to make more money, whatever it is, man. Whatever lust, they're seeking after, whatever they covet after, man. That's what it's about, man. It's not about sincerely edifying the flock, man. It's serving the Lord. Keep going out.
Verse 11. But I certify you, brethren, that the gospel which was preached to me is not after man. For I neither received it of man, neither was I taught it, but by the revelation of Yahweh Shai HaMashiach.
That's it. Yeah, so Apostle Paul was taught by the Lord, Yahweh Shai directly, man. For all the Paul bashers out there that try to say that Paul didn't have the authority, right? Which that was a bug out doctrine some time ago. The guys were trying to, belittle Paul and his authority in the ministry, man.
Right.
A lot of weirdo shit, that happened in the past,
And look at them.
Exactly. Look at them.
Paul's still thriving. Paul legacy stamp.
That's it.
Here it is, a man wrote the majority of the New Testament. We ain't supposed to
Right.
Bro, the office of literally grafting back into Gentiles.
That's it.
What the fuck?
the fact that the Lord himself taught him. And that just goes clear up to it.
That's it. Man, you guys, let's figure it out.
So back in Matthew 24 and verse 46.
Right.
Blessed is that servant whom his Lord, when he cometh, shall find so doing.
Yep.
Verily I say unto you, that he shall make him ruler over all his goods.
That's right.
But and if that evil servant shall say in his heart, my Lord delayeth his coming,
Yep.
and shall begin to smite his fellow servants, and to eat and drink with the drunken.
Yeah, you got false prophets in that spirit, man. In that party spirit, trying to exalt themselves, trying to make a name for themselves, trying to establish a brand. You know who we talking about. That's that spirit now. Go ahead.
They hand in hand with Amalek or with these other philosophy leaders. They making statements with the Nation of Islam, or right. They moving in accordance to what's his name, Vocab Malone.
Yep.
That was world fight.
Verse 48. But if that evil servant say in his heart, my Lord delayeth his coming, and shall begin to smite his fellow servants, and eat and drink with the drunken, the Lord of that servant shall come in a day when he looketh not for him, and in an hour that he is not aware of,
Yep.
and shall cut him asunder, and appoint him his portion with the hypocrites.
Yep.
There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth.
That's it. So yeah, that's the end game for a lot of these guys, man. These guys that sold out, these false prophets, right? It's gonna be weeping and gnashing of teeth. Guys that play with the name of the Lord. Hey, the Lord not gonna remember these guys, like it says in was it Matthew 25? Get away from me, I never knew thee. Roughly paraphrasing. This guy, hey, once, like you said earlier, as we see this thing rapidly escalating, right? Once that economic fallout comes, and they push the chip, and people start scrambling, because look, hey, whatever you put out here on the internet, it stands. It don't just disappear. Hey, we got the records, we got the receipts of these guys, man. Talking about the chip wasn't this, it wasn't that. No Jacob's trouble. Hey, we remembering all of that, man. All that shit you niggas said on the internet. All right, it's all documented by us and the angels. All right, so you ain't gonna have nothing to stand on when it all goes down. You gonna be scrambling. That's why, hey, go get your own oil. Buy it for yourselves, man. You said it was this. You had it figured out already. You said you didn't have to call on the name of Yahweh Shai. All right, you didn't have to worship him. All right, we'll stand on that. Right? You got it out.
So Matthew 7:22. Many will say to me in that day, Lord, Lord,
Yep.
have we not prophesied in thy name?
Yeah, we was 12 tribes worldwide. We was waking niggas up in Kenya. We was in Madagascar, right? We was in fucking wherever, Scotland, right?
And that's the vibration that they come with. They mouth, their own tongue condemn them because they've come in the spirit of we, I, not Yahweh Shai. Not the Lord is the one that's doing the work.
That's it.
Man, I'm trying to remember what they said. Remember years ago when they was in the boat? And they was talking about pretty much like giving up in their captivity.
Yeah. I forgot what he said. Yeah.
Like they're glorifying themselves here, but like you said, it's not nothing that's giving praise to the Lord. It's them and their God Nate,
Yes, sir.
or their God General Yohana,
That's
or
it.
whoever.
That's it.
To General Tazariak, I'm somebody in the street.
Exactly.
It's self-glorification.
Yeah, real nigga university. All right, the Lord is a real nigga and all that bullshit, man. You gonna stand on that in that day. All All right? Go ahead.
You see what your nigga guy do whenever
Right.
all the shit brought out.
Exactly.
That was such a crazy thing to
That's
say.
crazy. That shit was embarrassing.
But that goes back to that definition you brought out earlier, man. What was the word again?
Was it impudent?
Impudent, yeah. Disrespectful.
Yeah. Blatantly disrespectful.
Only a nigga would say some shit like that.
And we serve a nigga guy.
And how was I want no nigga, man?
Right.
Hey, you subscribe to that same bullshit Esau push, man. Like Aaron Magruder, when he made that Black Jesus show, and they showed like if Yahushua really was black, he'd be doing nigga shit like you see Jake doing. Nah, bro. Yahushua moved different from the world, man. And his men are supposed to do the same thing.
It's John 11:47. Then gathered the chief priests and the Pharisees a council and said, "What do we? For this man doeth many miracles. If we let him thus alone, all men will believe on him, and the Romans shall come and take away both our place and nation."
Yeah.
So that's the same state that these men are in. They're not considering Yahushua, man. When you read the commentary on these verses, it speaks on how they claim the temple for themselves and not to dedicated to Yahushua. So they were concerned with Yahushua's presence being a threat to them having access to all those riches of the temple, man. No, and that's what we're seeing take place again today.
Yep. The spiritual.
Going back Matthew 7 and
Well, nothing new under the sun. You know, same spirits are back in their lot. You know? Got it up.
Matthew 7 and 23. And then will I profess unto them, I never knew you.
Yep.
Depart from me, ye that work iniquity.
Yeah, yeah. And those are some cold words to hear, man. The Lord professes that he never knew you. Man.
That's the worst thing you can hear. Here it is, your ass can did all this work, thinking that the Spirit of the Lord was dealing with you. And then when you get in front of the throne, the Lord literally tell you, I never knew you. Man, your spirit will be crushed, man.
Crazy. That was it, right? Yeah, that's it. Yeah, so yeah, pretty much. And we're in some very heavy times, you know. Again, stay tuned to prophecy, man. You know, the racial tension that's going on in America is going to get worse. It's going to be more psyops, more distractions and confusion. All right, so just remain circumspect, man.
Right.
All right, we're going to be tied into a lot of this madness that's going on. Like we talked about, the so-called left being the boogeyman right now and all of that. So I think Trump was saying that as we get into like 2026, you know, shit's really going to start, you know, going. You know what I'm saying? So we already, damn near through the year.
Pretty much.
You know what I'm saying? So, hey, stay faithful, man. You know, it's getting ready to go down out here, man. All
I
right?
told you. Hey, that nigga said at the funeral, you have awakened the dragon.
Exactly. Yep. Yeah. So yeah, that's the time we're in there. So hey, pray that this camp was edifying. All right, we will close it out by giving all praise and glory.
Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahushai Ba'ashem Chakadash.
Hey, double honors to the apostles and elders, great millstone who taught us the truth. Shalom to the hopeful elect. And with that, hey, shalom.
Wow.
Shalom.